Hello and welcome to the Bridge Live. Today we are here to talk about the women's team playing the T20 World Cup match against New Zealand today. And I have my colleague Tausif here. Hi, Tausif. How are you feeling before the match?
Yeah, the nerves are finally settling down. I think tough group, but good to face the tough opponents right at the start, maybe. So yeah, excited for this one.
Yeah, we do have a tricky group. We have Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Australia, and New Zealand in our group. So need to be focused and have to get on going. Harmanpreet indeed said that this is the best Indian team which has come to the World Cup, and she's openly said that. She was also discussed about that in the toss today. What do you think? What do you think about the team's the spirit of the team and what the team's attitude will be to approaching an elusive World Cup which we've never won?
I think, like Jemima also said, that not comparing it to men's cricket in any way, but what happened last year, they'll just take inspiration from that. They'll play fearless cricket with an intention to win the tournament. That's it. It's very simple. Right from the first game, I think this is one of the most important matches in the group because the one against Australia, you never know. They are the powerhouse. So this is going to be an important game, and we have to be on our toes right from the get go. So
Yes.
yeah, in terms of just what you mentioned, the squad on paper looks good, but there are certainly some things which India haven't been able to do even with a strong squad in the past few years, especially in knockouts. So it will be interesting how that is handled this time because we worked on that a lot with the sports psychologist and everything. So will be an interesting turn of how things go.
Yes, and yeah, definitely, as you did mention, so Sri Lanka did lose to Pakistan. Indeed, Sri Lanka beat India in the Asia Cup final. They have lost to Pakistan this time. So the group is also tight, and everyone is saying that uh, they can beat the other team. We've seen New Zealand lose to Pakistan in a bilateral series earlier. So it's a very open group. Other than maybe Australia, none of the others are sort of guaranteed to go through. They just need to play their best in every single game.
Yeah, totally agree to that because even Australia, if you think their performances after the T20 World Cup last year, it's visible that they are not inevitable in any sense. No disrespect to Australia, I mean, they are the GOAT team in women's cricket. But at the same time, if a notion or a barrier or a mental block can be went past that they are not inevitables, then a lot can be achieved, especially with respect to India, the brand of cricket that we have played, and we've managed to go across the line against Australia, but not quite that much when it comes in knockout. So yeah.
Yes. I think we've had some really good performances where we have gone toe to toe with Australia, but consistently sort of did miss out in the end, and Australia would end up winning. That has happened. We've seen that in the semi-final last time, where we were sort of in control of the game, but then in the end, Australia were held their nerves. And then before that, in the Commonwealth game final, we saw that in the final of the 2020 edition, where we were just not quite up to Australia. We came so close. We beat them, in fact, in the group stage and didn't sort of end up getting through. But what about today's opponents, New Zealand? I think it would be interesting just talking about what they've got. They're captained by Sophie Devine. They have Amelia Kerr. They have Susie Bates, who's the most run getter in this particular tournament. They have bowling also with us, Amelia and Tahuhu in the pace attack, and they have a lot of new fresh faces as well. So it's a mix of both experience and new youth players. So what do you think about that? The threat that they will possess for India today?
So, in terms of how I judge this entire T20 format, is entirely form of the team. And if you see in these last two warm-up matches of New Zealand, they have been a very unpredictable side, apart from performances of maybe Amelia Clark. So, champion player again. You have to stop her from getting those big runs or the big wickets. If you can play out those 4 overs or maybe get in your prime bowler right at the front to get the job done, get her dismissed, then who knows? The match is in your hands. So it's just a matter of shifting or turning momentum in your favor. New Zealand are a formidable side. If they taste victory, uh, even in the first 6 overs, they'll go on to win that match. So it's very important for us to uh, get a grip of that match and be in the game always, not let it go away at any point.
And they have elected to bat first. So India will be bowling first. There's a mixed bag of your team as well. We have three pacers in Renuka, Arundhati, and Pooja Vastakar, who's been in sensational form. And three spinners, mix of Shriyanka Patil, Deepthi Sharma, two offies, and the leg break from Asha Sobhana. So it is a strong bowling core, I'd say, and all of them have performed recently and have their own unique skill set that will be interesting how Harmanpreet will use the bowlers today. And yeah, as you said, get the big wickets of Amelia Kerr, Sophie Devine, Susie Bates early on when we get the chance. Amelia Kerr has sort of taken the initiative and she's going to be opening for New Zealand. So that's also an interesting thing. We saw her open in the warm up games. So, best player, put them at the top and see what you get sort of mentality from them. And we've also seen from India, Harmanpreet take the same initiative that she will be batting number three and she'll be pushing Jemima and Richa after that. So that's another initiative uh, by arguably who's someone who's been your best player over the last year or couple of years.
So I think this is more of a T20 thing rather than teams adapting because they have to at this point. There are only 20 overs. There are only 6 overs that you get in the power play. We are fortunate to have a Shafali Verma and a naturally class player like Smriti Mandana right at the top, right? So you have to put your best players who can hit those shots right from the beginning. And I think this is just a matter of time before any team does that. We see this in the IPL on a regular basis that teams don't want to waste any overs. So yeah, this will be an interesting match because we are bowling first, and let's see how India does with the ball because going in with 6 bowlers right at the first game and getting the chance to bowl first is weirdly enough a good thing for India, I'll say. So if India can bundle out New Zealand in the 20 overs, it will be a great positive for India to begin with.
Yes, yes. I think the start really matters in such a game. The kind of start you give in the first six overs with Renuka and Pooja have both been in fine form over the last year or so. And get those early wickets, maybe, or at least keep it tight so that your spinners can then come and keep it continue with that momentum and pick a few wickets. So I think the first 6 to 7 overs is going to be very very crucial because that's where New Zealand have their bulk of the batting as well. So it'll be it'll probably be the most important phase of the game. Who knows?
Yeah, totally. Also, I do think that since it's Dubai, the middle overs will also play a very crucial part, and that is where Asha Shobna and Shriyanka Patil play their part. So let's see how things turn out. We need those wickets up front, but we need to control the economy in the middle overs. Looking forward to this challenge. Yeah.
Yes, in the first game as well, we saw South Africa easily chase down 117 from against West Indies in the same ground, not so the same pitch, but still the same ground. Um, which does seem to suggest that it gets a little easier to bat under lights. So maybe we do see a high scoring game here. And we've not seen too many so far in the T20 World Cup. So we could probably see a high scoring game over here.
Yeah, we can. We should because the other pitches of the tournament are generally the slow pitches, or I won't say rank turners because there aren't any now in modern cricket, but yeah, they are slow pitches. This is comparatively the better one for batters. So let's see how things shape up, because India shouldn't get demoralized uh, at the cost of giving away, say, 150 approximate runs. We have got the batting lineup to chase that down. At the same time, first game of the tournament, strong opponents, New Zealand, so it will be tough.
Yeah, it will be. It will be a very tricky game, important game as well. And it is sort of important to get the win today. Harmanpreet looked very confident in the toss. I think the same confidence will be taken through the team because they are very closely knit unit and really gel well. And everyone has the same understanding, so that sort of does really well. And everyone has their energies up if the captain says energy up. So it's a very interesting game, and I think it will be a few interesting matches as well, and see how India will set up in this tournament, because India do have stars like Smriti Mandana, Shefali Verma, Harmanpreet Kaur, Richa Ghosh, Jemima Rodriguez. So they have a lot of batting up over there. So these people can all like consistently give runs, and one of two of them give a lot of runs in the top run scorers, and the others will just chip along. So it's a very uh, very crucial thing for India as well.
So, Akhilesh, I'll just want to know one thing from you. If we are going for a chase, and in the first 6 overs, we primarily know who will be the aggressor. It's Shifali always. But after
Yes.
that, when Harmanpreet comes to the crease, post that also, when Jemmy comes to the crease, when Richa Ghosh comes to the crease, who will be the aggressor and who will play the role of batting till the end?
I think if Shafali Verma is going to take that start, then Smriti will take her like sort of time. She'll also tick around. And if Smriti is the player who's gonna be playing the long game over there, and if Shafali suppose gets out, then I think it that's when Smriti is at her best, where she takes on the momentum that Shafali had built. She already has the nick of the ground, and she'll take on the momentum. In that sense, I think she will be the aggressor, and the others will sort of tick along. But if it is continuing to be, then I do expect Harmanpreet also to sort of take the aggressive approach often. And towards the end, it's also like picking the gaps, which Jimmy finds does really well for her style of batting. She's a very very good T20 player who just picks the gap regularly. So I think all of them are capable of doing that aggressive role, but I think primarily it'll be Smriti who will be taking that momentum after the sixth over.
Yeah, totally. I agree to that, because someone has to play that anchor innings, and I think all our batters are well equipped to play the aggressor role alongside Smriti. So yeah.
Yes, I think we'll wrap it up with that, and the game is just going to start. It's going to be a very interesting game to watch. But please keep following, guys. Please keep subscribe also to the YouTube channel, and we will be coming back with more analysis from the Cricket World Cup, where and cheering for the women in blue. Uh, Probably go on and create history. Any last words, Tausif?
Akhilesh, let's do something interesting. Let's do
Yes.
the predictions part. Why not? Who's going to win this match, and who's your MVP? Like, prediction.
I got to say India. I think India have looked strong. New Zealand have lost sort of 13 of their last 14 games or something like that, and India should continue capitalizing the momentum. And I think the bowlers will be the key over here. And I think I'd say Pooja Vastrakar will be the star player.
Same prediction, but I'll just go with Asha Shobna. Let's see how this turns out. We'll revisit this prediction in the next slide.
Yes, and next live will be India Pakistan. So
Yeah,
let's go for it.
let's go for it.
Okay, that's it, guys. Thank you, and see you next time.
See you. Bye.